Bet. So listen, I want to come just do a little quick, just a quick Vlogmas video. I like to do these videos like this that don't get that many views because I feel like it pulls people in who really want to watch my content. And then you just get to learn a little bit more about me. It might be things that you've been through or whatever. So the title of this video is My Brother. I'm not going to say he didn't like me, but he definitely mistreated me when I was younger. And I just thank God that number one, my parents was in my life and that my mother would do any and everything for me. So listen, please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe, all of that, right? So I just want to say this, right? And I have this one memory of him doing it, but multiple times that he did this in life, right? And I don't know if you had an older sibling who treated you funny or maybe treated another sibling better than you. Well, in my situation, my older brother, he was the oldest. My mom had him when she was younger, right? So then there's my other brother who was born in 80, then my other brother born in 81, and then I was born in 83. So we was all pretty much back to back, right? So my older brother, he treated the second oldest really good because, that was his first little brother. So I don't know if he treated him better by default, just kind of like, he's the first one, but it didn't do a number on me because, like I said, I got spoiled by my mom in certain ways. My mom wasn't no Jordan buying mama or anything like that, but I got my way. Like we all got our way, even when they say those situations where they be like a person where they be like, oh, the middle child, this or whatever. Sometimes I grew up thinking that the middle child, like the way that people would describe it, I didn't understand. I would see certain things in one of my brothers, like as the middle child, but I didn't understand because all of us got something out of my mom. Like we all was raised by her and we all benefited. Like, what I'm saying? I feel like me being the youngest, I probably should have asked for or probably should have begged for more, but I didn't want to drain her like I felt like my other siblings was doing. But anyway, this ain't about that. What I want to say is, what really brung this memory to mind was a few years ago. And I think my brother sent me this video from a Christmas, right? So I'm watching this video on Christmas where this was the year my brother bought my other brother's Super Nintendo. And because I think they both asked for it, because, like when you doing your Christmas list and you ask them, what do you want or whatever. And I think I wanted like I don't know what I wanted. I think one year I did ask for like a windbreaker suit because it was the 90s. And I remember when I got the windbreaker suit, I understood like value back then. I'm just like, damn, you got them a Super Nintendo and you got me a windbreaker from Family Dollar. Like, it just didn't make sense. I don't even think I wore it. Like, I don't remember it, to be honest. I remember being mad. But anyway, we at my grandfather's house. And I remember just thinking, like, I know he didn't play with me like that. You spent money on this Super Nintendo game, and then you got me this cheap-ass gift. So I had something in my hand. I don't know if it was like a little piece of plastic or something that was wrapped on something, but I just remember as a little kid that I had this little piece of plastic in my hand, and I'm just spinning it because I was just frustrated. But in the same tone, in the same breath, I was blessed because I got everything I wanted for Christmas. Let me tell you, that was just one of those things. Like, this is no trauma, no type of thing that affected me through life, but it's just one of those things where you put a person in a box where it's just like, you treated me a little funny. You did. And the thing about it is that he even treated my other brother like that. He just couldn't see it, So it was like, for the second oldest birthday, he would get cards with like $30. Imagine being like, younger, like 7, 8, 9 years old, and you see one brother get $30 or whatever for his birthday. We didn't get anything from him for our birthday at all. My aunts who lived away, like they're the only ones who would send money and you would get money for your birthday. But my brother would send him money. He would get him, I remember in the 90s when those felines came out with the straps, he got him new felines for his birthday. We didn't get no sneakers for our birthday at all. So not to get too far away from it. So this Christmas, I remember myself spinning this thing around and I was so mad, right? And I remember his girlfriend was in the video, which is my nephew's mom. And she was just like, he's mad or he's upset or whatever. And I don't even think she understood. Y'all got me some cheap ass gift and y'all bought them a Super Nintendo, which I did play and I benefited off of it too. But it's just the fact you didn't put any thought into the gift that I got. Thank God for my mother. thank God for her. I would write stuff down. Sometimes my mom would make me look really ungrateful sometimes because say I wanted something, she would see me, she would not give it to me until the end of the night. Every year when we was younger, we would go over to my grandfather's house, come back home like 8, 9 o'clock, and then she would bring out the last gift. And I would be like, oh my God, I was ungrateful all day. Like I was mad at her all day, like in my mind, like just pissed. And then you would just get the gift. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she forgot. I don't think she forgot about it, but I think she just did it like that just to be kind of like, let's see how ungrateful you act all day. My mom was good for that. But anyway, as it pertains to my brother, he did that with the Christmas. He did that 1 or 2 times on Christmas, right? Then he also did that, with the birthdays, like, sending my brother money for his birthday, not sending us any money for our birthdays. And I just felt like, this is what made me. So, I have 2 nieces, right? When my nieces, raising them, like, as they were raised, they both got the same things. Like they both did. Like when I moved to Houston 9 years ago next year, if I send them $200 for Christmas, they both get $250, right? I give them the same thing. I don't treat them any different. The only reason my one niece might get a little bit more, she might reach out to me and be like, hey uncle, it's cold or whatever, can I have $10, can I have $20 or whatever? And I'll send it to them. I'll do that. My one niece doesn't really ask like that. I don't know if, she's just not like that. And plus she works a lot too. Both of them work, but my one niece, like, especially my brother, who's kind of like going through some health changes, she'll reach out to me like, hey, can I have $10? Can I have whatever, right? But other than that, they both get the same thing across the board. Christmas coming up, whatever she get, the other one's going to get. If I give them 300, the other's going to get 300. Whatever you got for your birthday, you got 250 for your birthday, she's going to get 250. I don't play that funniness because I know how it feels. And it's not that I didn't feel like my brother didn't like me, but I felt like he definitely mistreated me. That's nepotism. It's favoritism. Now, sometimes I may talk to one of my nieces more because she'll reach out to me and she having issues with her mom or, stuff like that. My other niece don't have issues with her mom and like different things like that. And just to like keep it real, sibling rivalry, like I'm not going to go deep into all of that, right? But you look at like your community of your family, like you look at the community of your family, like we all supposed to be here to help each other, right? So the one reason why I don't get along with one of my brothers right now is because one of my nieces reached out to me and she was like saying how she ain't have she was just had some concerns, right? So I reached out to my brother, so then he threatened to like want to even get physical with me because I'm concerned about your relationship. At that point, I just stepped back because what you realize is with people like that, they never change. Like, and I'm not going to give too much details, but they never change. They always look at themselves as a victim. You was the villain and you the worst person because you cared about their child and their relationship. And you like, look, this is not how I know you. I don't know you for showing up like this, but people who gonna be whoever they are. They're going to be whoever they are. So I don't intervene. So do you. You know what I'm saying? Do you. But I think that it does take a village to raise kids, and your nieces and nephews, while they might not be your children, they are a part of your union. They are a part of your village, your community. And I feel like it takes a combined effort to give them information that's whether going to push them on and, support them mentally, psychologically, emotionally. You're just supposed to be there as a support guide. So that really threw me for a loop that one of my siblings would feel a certain type of way. Like they always make us, and this is another thing too. You ever meet a person who feel like somebody's always talking about them? Now, perceived, if you know me, I'm like all of my brothers, like we like to dress and do stuff like that, right? But you would perceive me as like, the soft one. Like I keep my skincare right, I do my thing right. But the certain things that my brother, like I feel like he's so worried about people talking about him. But you would think that I would be like that, and I don't give a fuck, and I don't understand. And it's just like I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. So that throws me through a loop. And, that's what all being in jail and gangster rap music and all of that. And it'd be some of the hardest people who you think and they care the most. And like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was just a little going off track though. But I do think, listen, it feels a certain type of way when you have issues with your family. And and it's just not right. And one of my brothers, even the brother who I felt like treated me that way, I spoke to him today, like in a group text message or whatever. You know, my aunt text messaged us, you know, in regards to something that's going on with another one of our family members. So it's not that I hate him and I don't communicate with him, but you definitely you mistreated me when we was younger, and I just don't feel like you should do that to kids. So this message is to you. I don't know if you have an uncle. I don't know if you have a niece, a nephew, or somebody. Now listen, it might be certain family members you just might be have estranged relationships, or you never built a relationship with. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about if you have a up close and personal, like you was raised with your brother, raised with your brothers and your sister, and you have nieces and nephews that you're up close with, and it's like you're treating one better than the other. No, you know what's so crazy? I used to spend so much time with one of my nieces, so much time with her, that I remember when I only had one car seat and we would go to get ice cream, I would take the one who I didn't see more first over her, and she would be crying like so. I remember that one time I took them because I only had one car seat. I couldn't bring both of them, so I brought the first one to go get ice cream. She was crying so much, and it did break my heart. But it's just like, I see you more than her. But you understand what I'm saying? I always try to have that balance. And I don't think that it's okay to. I don't think it's okay to mistreat people and show nepotism, favoritism, or whatever. And as we get older, you do reach out to, and people speak to different people. Like I said, my brother who's sick, his daughter reaches out to me a lot more. And, whether she needs guidance with school or whatever the case may be. And I just try to be an ear. I try to be a guide because my brother's not physically, capable, and he's not there right now. And she still deserves to have a father figure and somebody who cares. That's what both of my nieces. So, I know this video might have been all over the place. Hopefully you get the message of what I'm talking about. Listen, don't mistreat your children. Don't do, what's so crazy? I'm gonna end it like this. One of my friends, her mother passed away, right? And do you know that her mother wrote all of them a letter? She wrote all of them a letter, and in the letter she said, you my favorite, right? She told all of them that they were her favorite, and they all figured it out maybe like months or, like a year or so later. They was just like, oh, mommy told me that I was her favorite. She told me that too in the letter. So it's like she treated them all the same, and that's just my message. Don't be mistreating people, because you don't never know the devastating toll that it'll take on their life. To me, it was noted and it was documented mentally, but it didn't mean shit because I had an active mother and my father was there. It wasn't like I was just out in the world, like, I don't know, who's going to do something for me. Anyway, I hope this video found you and you take a message from it and you can maybe relate to it. Let me know what you've been through in your life and all of that too. But yeah, I'm up out of here. Be blessed and happy holiday season. Peace.